Greetings, YouTube, and welcome to my second edition of Champs that need a buff and should at least be Demi-God tier. This time it's Deadpool X-Force edition, a champion that basically no one can play with and actually enjoy their life. And this is a champion that some people just call the reason why I drank really heavily the night I opened my 6-star crystal, because this guy arguably the worst pull in the 6-star crystal, and yet he exists just to make you wish that you played another game with your time. And I, time to time, like to give shout-outs to my subscribers, and this video is dedicated to a guy I promised I would give a shout-out to, Cody Johnson. Thanks for supporting the channel. This video is dedicated to you, bud. All right, so the bottom line is this. This guy sucks. He is total trash. And it's one of those times where if you were to tell somebody, hey, I just got Deadpool in a crystal, like the average person that didn't know anything about the game would be like, hey, that's awesome. I bet he's really good. I love the Deadpool movies. He's hilarious and really powerful and regenerates stuff. And then you just have to look at them with this really depressed, stared look, like you're staring into the soul of a dentist that just accidentally murdered their patient. It's getting real dark. And you're just going to have to say, no, he sucks. He's the worst. And then just walk off and slouch your shoulders and possibly have to hide the bleach when you get home in the bathroom. So the question is, how do you make this guy not suck? How do you make him get out of the trash can and actually give him a chance to be Demi-God tier level good? Well, as always, when I do these videos, I want to start with a shout out to MarvelSynergy.com. I don't know who puts this out, but they do an amazing job of showing all of the synergies on screen, as you can see. And so part of this issue is even the synergies suck, and the people that he's with suck. Like Moon Knight, the other Deadpool, and Magneto Marvel Now are his only synergy bonuses. Are you kidding me? How does he at least not have a synergy bonus with some of the other X-Men? Hell, you might as well just throw everything out and now give him a synergy with Cable. They're going to be in a movie together. I know he's the enemy, but still. Now the synergy partners, you can see there are a couple of characters that aren't even playable. Like, oh cool, I can pair him with Thanos. Oh wait, I don't have a Thanos. I can't open him in a crystal. That does me no good. The only person that I'd be excited to partner him with, besides I guess Cable, not Cabbage Face, is Gwenpool. But we know that Gwenpool has a lot of better synergies anyways. So in general, they suck. But let's scroll down just for the sake of argument to Gwenpool and see what happens. Add Gwenpool to a team with Deadpool X-Force to activate the Idle synergy bonus, increasing attack and health for the whole team. Okay, so not bad. But the problem is there are better ways to get Gwenpool in synergies to be boosted, and you still got to play with this garbage trash character in your attack lineup. So there are a couple of suggestions that I'm going to make to improve this character from total trash to at least somebody that you can be somewhat excited to open. The first is, as you can see here from the screen, they gave him swords. The swords should be used to cause bleed to the opponent, and not just one stack of bleed, but multiple, Black Panther level. In fact, I would make the argument that Deadpool X-Force should probably cause more bleed damage than Blade or Black Panther, and yet we know from playing the game that he is limited to just one bleed at a time, and it's not even that much damage. So my first tweak to this character, and my suggestion to Kabam, is to actually cause bleed damage that stacks and can be really, really good. I'm talking Blade Special 2 level good. And while we're talking about the swords, another subscriber I always love to give credit for, his name's Grandmaster Rude. He was talking about how Drax actually once upon a time fought with his fists, and then they changed to give him knives, so at least the animations made more sense to Drax's character in the universe. In this case, Deadpool X-Force needs to start using his swords in his hands when he causes the bleed and not while he's punching. It makes zero sense, looks terrible, it's a joke. Now, while we're on specials, his Special 3 only shoots the gun, and it does so little damage that if you're fighting somebody like a Colossus that's bleed immune, I don't care if you have a 6-star version of this character, you're going to cause maybe 5% damage at best. So what I would recommend is to keep the gun as the final part of the Special 3, but then allow him to do at least 10 to 15% more damage with his swords leading up to the gunshot. You can do both. And possibly, considering you just sliced and diced them, give them the ability to be stunned afterwards. What would happen if you caused a guaranteed stun with the special 3, and then on top of that, that bleed damage was insane with the gunshot and the swords? You would have an instant death, especially if they had bleed damage, the ability to take bleed damage, I should say. So you're causing somebody the chance, when Deadpool X-Force gets a power gain at the end, to be really freaked out, because if it gets their special 3, even if they are a bleed immune champion, they're still going to lose 15 to 20% of health. And if they're not bleed immune, you might as well say goodbye. It doesn't even matter if you brought a 6-star or 5-star as an attacker to the fight. But we know the stakes are so low currently with this champion when you fight with them that there's really no way for you to do considerable damage and actually get to a point where you can have an advantage. And that's just so sad, given that this guy is a 6-star. Now, let's look at the cable synergy before we end this video. All right, activate the enemy's synergy bonus, increasing critical rating for the whole team. Okay, there's nothing special about that, right? We've seen that with basically any champion has a crit rating synergy bonus. So, Deadpool X-Force. Somebody that on paper should be really good, but in reality is total trash. To highlight this, I would improve synergies to actually have specific things. Maybe we should have like a Black Panther Civil War type synergy where if you pair him with another bleed champ like a Gwenpool, then suddenly his bleed damage takes twice as much. How about that? Then you're doing twice as much damage and you're giving the incentive to use a God tier champ like Gwenpool with this guy. And then tweak his special 3 to have there be a stun possibility, but certainly at a minimum 2 or 3 more hits of damage in addition to the gunshot that cause really great bleed. Stacking bleeds by changing his animations and even just his punches to cut people with his sword, and to stack bleeds like Wolverine or X-23 or Black Panther that would cause an insane amount of bleed damage. And then the last thing I'm going to suggest before I end this video is that because he has such an insane heal factor, this guy should have like Old Balls Logan on steroid healing ability. And maybe you want to do it just at certain points, like maybe if he loses 30% health or 60% health. But I see if you give him time to heal, to gain at least 100 health per tick, especially if we're talking about like the 5 or 6-star version. Because if you combine healing, power gain, stacking bleed, and an amazing special 3 that causes stun, amazing bleed, and damage, now you've got a champion that we'd be really excited to play, and he'd be good utility for Alliance War defense as well as attack. So those are my thoughts. What do you think, for those of you especially who are watching this and have that alcoholic drink on hand because you're trying to wash down the fact that you did get this guy as a 6-star champion? What would make you happy and make you thankful that you got him as a 6-star instead of so remorseful? And then most importantly, as this series continues to grow, who would you like to see next have me talk about improving, and what suggestions would you like to add as an improvement? And maybe I'll give you a shout out in the next video. So far we've had Carnage as suggestions and Colossus. I think those are the 2 that people have suggested. And of course, Satan herself, Kamala Khan's got to be in there at some point. Lord help us for talking about her. All right, well, thanks for watching YouTube, and continue to give me some suggestions. And as a reminder, tomorrow I'm going to be putting out a couple of videos to help you with the grind for Blade on Thursday. One is a pro tip on how to get the infinite streak in the 4-star basic arena, and the other one is simply a contest for you to win free unit prizes courtesy of me just for supporting my channel, and the details will be in that video. Thanks for watching, YouTube.